So it's finally here. The much coveted, well, at least by me, Xiaomi Airdots have finally arrived after nearly a wait of 2.5 months. Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing these beauties, so keep watching. Okay, the Xiaomi Airdots were launched sometime in November 2018. To be fair, I had quite a low expectation for the Airdots since at approximately $30 launch price, it is priced kind of way lower than the other major competitors. Still, I was, if not the first, but probably among the first ones to place the order. But alas, soon after placing the order, the AirDots went out of stock and its retail price shot up from $55 that I had booked it at to $80. Anyway, they're finally here, and ultimately that's what matters at the end. So now this is the box. Well, since I mentioned unboxing, this is the packet that it came in, and I have already like slit it open. I had to do that because like I have so much other shit here that I have yet to unbox, and so I was not really sure what product this packet particularly contains. Since I mentioned unboxing, so well, I'm showing you the box. This is the Xiaomi AirDots box. I did not sit on it or anything, but they've traveled quite a long way from China to India, so I guess they got beaten up quite a bit. So the box in itself, it's nice, it's simple, it's white in color, it's minimalistic. You have the charging case here, you have the two AirDots here. There is stuff written in Chinese, which I am not able to understand, but I believe this would be for the quick charging, this would be multi-point pairing, and this is obviously the Bluetooth 5.0. So yeah, I did get some of the Chinese things right. And all this is also in Chinese. 40 mAh, 300 mAh, that would be the battery capacity of the AirDots and its charging case. That's what I believe. So, okay, enough of all this, you guys. Let's just get down right to it. Just yank the damn thing out. Did I miss out anything here? Nope. Okay, we got some instruction manual, something like that, for any of you guys who like to read all this. I don't, so I don't bother with that. So here they are. At first glance, well, nice, pretty decent to look at. It's pretty this thing. This is the charging case, and nice. It opens up really nicely. Opens and closes with a nice clickety clack thing to it. So that's pretty decent. So these are the AirDots. Oh. Okay, finally got one out. Yep, and this is the right one. Doesn't mention. Let me just say. I am just trying to locate whether it actually mentions right or left anywhere. Oh yeah, you have R for right here, if you can see that. So yeah, this is the right one and this is the left one. Remaining, don't we have a charging cable or anything? Okay, yeah, so standard, what port is that? Yeah, micro USB port charging cable, some extra earbuds, I guess, yeah, two pairs of them. So that would be probably the small and the large ones, and the medium ones would be fitted right here. So, okay, let me talk about, okay, that concludes the unboxing part. Let's just push this thing out of the way and let's get the main things in picture here. Yeah, let me just keep that aside. I mean, that's just the charging cable and stuff. We don't really want that. Okay, first the features of the AirDots which are claimed by the company. Bluetooth 5.0. This should, the disconnections should be rare, less too negligible lag, and more efficient usage of the battery life. It has multi-point connectivity, so you can pair up more than one phone to it. The battery life for the AirDots, they claim about 5 hours. They have a 30 mAh battery, 30 mAh or a 40 mAh. I'm not too sure about that, okay? So it states here it's 40 mAh. Yep. And the charging case has about 300 mAh, so that should give us a battery life of about 12 hours. It has a weight of about 4.2 grams, which is relatively light, so it should be comfortable. Now, the main one, the touch buttons. While the rest of the features were more or less expected, keeping in line with the Xiaomi's company's strategy of offering good, solid stuff at near budget prices, this feature was the one that I was eagerly looking forward to. The AirDots themselves are touch buttons, the side panel that is, the blinking one. The buds automatically turn themselves off when put in the charging case and turn on when taken out of the charging case. They also go into pairing mode every time they turn on. Uh, so that's how you just pop them right in. Why am I not getting this right? There's something wrong with me. I always fudge up all this thing. Let me try this one first. Okay, this is really embarrassing. I need to pause the video I think here and just figure out how do I get them back in. This is the same problem that I had with Sony WF SPN 700 series. I just could not get them to pop back in. If you saw that video, you would have seen me. Okay, finally, now I figured out the trick. Yep. Oh, that was nice. That was nice and clean and fast once you figured it out. Yep. And they do not fall off. Nope, they've got a nice strong this thing to it. So now that I've put them back in, the LED light is showing red, which means they are charging. So now if you can see the top cover, it's slightly translucent in cover, and you can just make out the red LED lights that they are charging, which is nice. I think it's a nice gimmick to it. So let me just pause the video here and let me check them out, and then I'll get back right to it. All right, so to continue where I left off, so I have used them for some time, and let me get down to what it is really all about. It's the main feature, the touch panel, as I mentioned earlier. So there's a single tap to call or disconnect the call, or to pause or to skip, and a double tap to activate the voice assistant, which would be OK Google or Hey Siri, whatever might be in your case. So unlike the AirPods, the Apple AirPods, the AirDots can only be controlled through the pressure sensitive backs on both buds. Single tap, as I told you, it's pause, resume. Long press is like power off, and double tap is to activate voice assistant. With an iPhone, I had no problem activating Siri with a double tap. Asked her for weather, and she replied right back to my ears. I'm taking a wild guess that Android users wouldn't have a problem with Google now also. Uh, you will face problems with the pressure sensitivity of the backs. Once you put them in your ears and you are trying to uh, either pause or resume play. So either you will accidentally, not touch it correctly, or your single tap will turn into a double tap, because these are pressure sensitive. So ultimately, basically, whenever you're trying to adjust the angle that they stay in the ears, you are going to kind of mistap them or double tap them when you wanted to single tap them. So whenever I was, going to manually power off the buds with long pressing, the gesture only registers properly after I tried it multiple times. So this is a bit problematic. Okay, now there's also one thing I just hate. Uh, Hate is perhaps a strong word. Uh, I don't know. It's something I dislike completely, and it deserves a separate mention. It's like, what kind of a genius thought it was a good idea to make all the feedback sounds in Chinese voiceover only? Almost every other product on the market, uses simple beeping patterns to mark events such as power on, connected, disconnected, low in battery patterns. Only on AirDots are these sounds voiceover. This is disgusting, and yeah, this is disgusting and simply not acceptable, and definitely a major turn off for people who don't speak the language. Oh, by the way, there's actually one beeping feedback for low battery warning. The beeping sound plays 3 times with a 2-minute gap in between. AirDots do look a weird when worn in the ear, especially from the view of a second person by your side. So now for the most important part, for me at least, the sound quality. As a disclaimer, you should already know that all Bluetooth headphones sound bad comparing to their wired counterparts. As listening to one, it involves double compressing the original music, I think that's the right technical word. If you don't know this, I guess there are many articles around. You can just Google it up, why it sounds bad over Bluetooth. Anyway, compact Bluetooth earphones like AirDots and AirPods, they're the worst kind of spectrum of Bluetooth headphones. So expectations of audio quality should be low. Okay, with that said, I was quite surprised rather to find that the overall sound was quite crisp. It was clear. It was balanced. It was slightly lackluster, I would say, on the bass side. Uh, Volume in this seems to be louder than most wireless earphones that I have used, and about 20% higher than the already loud enough AirPods. So for a daily commute, basically, it's very, very awesome. Now, the company does claim that it has some kind of noise cancelling in it. I frankly haven't been able to check that out, so I wouldn't really comment on that. But because these are like the in-ear designs, so they fit inside your ear quite well, and they kind of like block out, your already ambient sound. So I guess that kind of covers it up for the noise cancelling part. Now, to conclude this, I would really say that this is a really nice piece of investment for a daily commute. It's not exorbitantly expensive that you would think about whether you've dropped them somewhere, left them somewhere, or they got lost or something like that. So for your daily commute to work to back, they're quite nice. They do not play music as well as the Sony WF-SP 700N did. There is a very significant lack of bass. So the audio quality is more towards the treble side, more towards being flatlined, I'd rather say. Uh, the battery backup, as the company claims, is around 5 hours, and frankly, I ran them for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and they were good enough for me. So, the charging case, I have no doubt. Since the company's claimed 12 hours, I have no doubt that in the real world out here, it should give about 8 to 10 hours at the minimum, if not more. So I'm actually happy that I what I ordered, like I ordered these. I'm quite satisfied with quality of these earbuds for the price range that they come in. And are they an alternative to Apple AirPods? I wouldn't say so. Let me use them for a couple of more days. Let me use it for a week at least before I tell you how much I like them or what is it that I dislike them. Right now, I've just used them for a couple of hours, so I can't really say whether they are a good substitute for Apple AirPods or not. So that concludes this video. If you guys have liked any part of it, I would appreciate it if you could just comment or hit that like button or subscribe if you haven't already done so. It means a lot. So go ahead, guys, just hit it, just hit it, you know. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.